Welcome. This is not an ordinary video. This is the one I wished someone had made for me. I was once lost, broke, and confused. I felt angry and tired. I saw everyone else finding success. I kept wondering what I was doing wrong. Why did money always seem to slip away? Why did I work so hard but remain stuck? Let me reveal something no one else says. Honestly, the system is not designed for your wealth. It is built to keep you occupied and distracted. It is meant to keep you insecure and broke. This makes you a lifelong customer. And here is the reality. Nobody will ever teach you about money. Not your school or your college, even your parents likely won't teach you. They were never taught this information either. This video is important for that reason. Today, we are going to break that pattern. You will stop being a victim of the money game. Instead, you will learn to play like a master. This is not about getting rich quickly. This is not about fake hustle or dream cars. This is about something far more profound. It is about understanding how money truly works. No matter your birthplace or education, no matter how poor you may feel right now, you will finally learn to control your finances. There are no shortcuts here. There is no sugarcoating. Just 12 brutally honest and powerful rules. These rules about money are emotionally real. They will alter how you think and live. They will change how you build your future. This is more than just a video. This is a war. It's a war between two versions of you. One stays confused about money. The other finally understands it. That version builds the life others only imagine. Let us NOW begin. Rule 1. Money is a tool, not the goal. If you ask people what they desire in life, many will say, I want money. But a key question must be asked. Why? What is its purpose? You see, money itself is only paper, or it's just numbers on a screen. It has no real value on its own. It becomes valuable when you use it. You use it to create time or buy freedom. You use it to protect your health. You use it to support your dreams and build a life. But here is where the trap lies. People who don't understand money chase it blindly. They pursue jobs that they truly hate. They create businesses they have no passion for. They experience burnout and sell their souls. They sacrifice their health and their joy. They do it all just to earn a little more. But they still feel empty after earning more. They purchase a larger home. But the arguments inside it do not stop. They get a luxury vehicle. But their feeling of loneliness remains. They receive likes on Instagram. But they might still cry alone at night. This happens because money was never the real goal. The goal was always peace and freedom. It was control over your own time. It was the power to say no. It was the chance to support your family. It was about caring for yourself. It was about living life on your own terms. That is what money is for. It is not meant to be a trophy or a number. It is not about appearing wealthy. It's a weapon, a key, and a shield. If you misunderstand it, you will use it badly. Or you will let others use it to control you. Let me offer an example. Picture two different people. Person A makes $100,000 each year. He owns a big house and 2 cars. He has a smartwatch and costly clothes. But he is buried under heavy debt. He works exhausting 12-hour days. He feels tired and stressed. He cannot take even 1 month of vacation. His whole life would collapse if he lost his job. Person B makes $30,000 each year. He resides in a small apartment. He does not wear brand-name clothing. But he has 0 debt. He invests money every single month. He works remotely and travels as he wishes. He enjoys reading books and sleeps soundly, Most importantly, he is in control of his life. Now tell me, who is the truly wealthy one? That is the huge difference. One chases money, the other uses it wisely. So always remember this rule. Money should be your tool, not your master. Use it to create peace, not just to buy things. When you finally grasp this, it changes everything. Your entire relationship with money is transformed. Rule 2. You can learn about money before you are rich. Here is a dangerous lie that destroys futures. I will learn about money later. I will learn when I earn more. No, that is how you stay broke forever. Money does not just respond to your income level, it responds to your level of understanding. Think about it this way. Someone gives you $10,000 today, but you have no money management skills. That cash will quickly vanish in a few months. You will purchase items you do not need. You will try to impress people who do not care. You will fall for credit card schemes. You will make poor investments. You will be misled by fake experts. You will develop a lifestyle addiction. And you will return to zero, or even worse, debt. This is what occurs when you delay your learning. Let me be completely raw and honest with you. The best time to study money is when you have none. That is when you are the most humble. That is when you are the most hungry. That is when every single dollar is important. You do not need millions to learn about interest. You do not need a large salary to learn savings. You do not need wealth to understand wealth creation. You simply need to begin NNOW. Start reading books. Watch free educational videos. Learn how the banking system works. Understand the concept of inflation. Recognize how debt can become a trap. Learn how to create a budget. Practice the habit of saving. Track every dollar that you spend, because when more money arrives, and it will be fully prepared. You will protect it and grow it. You will multiply it and use it with purpose. Here's an example for you. A poor boy makes $300 a month, but he successfully saves $30. He reads one book about money each month. He learns to budget and build his credit. He understands how compound interest functions. He starts with small investments. He learns about taxes and avoids bad loans. He lives below his financial means. 10 years later, he is financially secure. Meanwhile, others earning 5 times more are still living from one paycheck to the next. How? He understood money before he earned it. So please keep this in mind. Do not wait for more money to learn about it. Learn about it now. Then more money will come to you and stay. This single rule can alter your destiny. Rule 3. Time is more powerful than money. Many people believe earning more is the key. They think it is the secret to building wealth. Wrong. The real secret is grasping the power of time. Time is the one thing you cannot buy. You cannot borrow it, beg for it, or steal it. Here is the reality. Time is what divides the rich from the poor. It is not talent or education. It is not even just hard work. Let me explain this idea. There is a concept called compound growth. It is the strongest force in the financial world. This is what it means. If you plant a seed today and water it, it does not simply become one tree. It yields more seeds for more trees. And those trees produce more fruit. That fruit then creates even more seeds. This is how money grows. Not from huge earnings, but from starting early. You let time do the heavy work. Let's consider 2 friends. Alex begins investing when he is 20. He contributes $100 monthly to a simple fund. It's nothing complex, just $100 each month. He continues this until he turns 30. That is 10 years, for a $12,000 total. Ben starts investing when he is 30. He also puts in $100 per month, but he does it until he is 60. That is 30 years, for a $36,000 total. Now, can you guess what happens? Alex invested for only 10 years. Ben invested for a full 30 years. Yet, Alex ends up with more money. Why? He gave his investment more time to multiply. That is the brutal magic of compounding. Your money earns interest for you. Then, your interest starts earning interest. Then that interest's interest earns more. Soon, it grows like a snowball down a hill. But most people fail to see this. They say, I am young, I will save later. I will invest when I earn more. I will think about my future when I am older. By the time they finally begin, it is too late. They have lost the one thing they cannot recover: time. So let me state this very clearly. Start now. Even if you can only spare $5, even if it means saving in a jar, even if the amount feels small, even if it doesn't seem like real money. It is not about how much you start with. It is about when you start. When you begin early, time is your best ally. But if you delay, time becomes your worst enemy. Here is what nobody tells you. Every day that you procrastinate, every week you say, I will do it next month. Every year you say, I will start after a raise. You are actually burning money, not spending it, burning it. The money that could have been yours is lost. It goes to someone who started before you did. So if you are watching this now, this is your personal wake-up call. This is your second opportunity. Do not wait for someday. Someday is not a day of the week. Start now. Time is your most valuable currency. Once it is gone forever. Rule 4, control money, or it will control you. Let me ask you a serious question. Do you know where your money goes each month? Every dollar, every rupee, every pound. Do you track it, or does it simply disappear? If you fail to control your money, it will quietly begin controlling your life. It does so silently and dangerously. Here is what happens without that control. You live from one paycheck to the next. This happens even with a good salary. You feel panic when an emergency arises. You are afraid to check your bank balance. You say yes to things you cannot afford. You do it just to avoid being judged. You borrow from friends or credit cards to get by. You feel tired, stressed, and ashamed. You feel like a prisoner in invisible chains. Slowly, money becomes your master. You no longer decide what to do with your life. Your bills make those decisions for you. You cannot quit a job you hate. Your rent payment will not allow it. You do not travel or take risks. Money holds the remote control to your life. But here is the fundamental truth. You were meant to be free. You were not meant to be controlled by numbers. You should not be afraid of money. You are not meant to be a slave to expenses. You do not need to be rich to regain control. You only need to do one thing. Tell your money exactly where to go. Do not just wonder where it all went. This is called budgeting. But most people despise that word. They feel it is boring or only for poor people. Wrong. Budgeting is not a punishment. It is power. It is how you reclaim control. It is how you can finally say this. This is my money. I worked hard for it. Now I will choose how it serves me. Imagine you receive $500 this month. You do not make a plan for it. You buy food, coffee, and clothes. You order takeout and scroll on Amazon. You lend some cash to a friend. You swipe your card at the movie theater. At the end of the month, you have $4 left. You feel a sense of guilt. You ask yourself, where did it all go? Quote, you become stressed and repeat the cycle. Now picture that same $500. But this time, every dollar is planned. Rent, $150. Food, $100. Transport, $50. Savings, $50. Emergency fund, $30. Fun, $50. Education, $20. Miss, $50. Now, each dollar has been given a purpose. You can still enjoy your life, but with control. Most importantly, you do not feel lost. You feel strong, calm, and confident. Because you are the boss, not the victim. So remember this: money thrives on clarity. Money obeys structure. Money respects discipline. Stop treating money like a mystery. Start treating it like a plan. Then it will begin working for you. Money only has two possible roles. Either you are in control of it, or it will be in control of you. And I promise, life is much better when you are the one in charge. Rule 5. Avoid looking rich. Focus on becoming rich. A silent war is happening all around us. Most people are losing this war. They do not even know they are in it. It is not because they are lazy or unlucky. It is because they are too busy looking rich. They are not focused on becoming rich. The world today is addicted to how things look. A 22-year-old looks at Instagram. She sees someone her age in Dubai. That person has a designer bag in Champagne. She thinks, I am falling behind. A man in his 30s feels shame. He drives an old car. His friend just leased a brand new BMW. So what does he do? He upgrades his car too, even if that means more debt and stress. This is how the world sets a trap for you. It sells you the image of success, so you spend real money to seem richer. By doing so, you are losing the game. Let me share an example to open your eyes. There are two kinds of wealthy people. One, the loud, poor, rich. These people display luxury brands. They show off their vacations and meals. But behind it all, they are drowning in debt. They are emotionally drained. Their sleep is not peaceful. If they lose their job, their image shatters. Why? They are rich on the outside, poor on the inside. 2. The quiet, true rich. They drive modest cars and wear normal clothes. They often eat their meals at home. There are no gold chains or bragging. But behind the scenes, they have savings. They have investments, freedom, and power. They do not panic when a crisis hits. They simply write a check. If they lose one client, they are not broken. They have 5 other sources of income. They are wealthy on the inside, even if they appear simple on the outside. That is who you should aim to become. Looking rich is actually easy. Just buy things you cannot afford. Use money that you do not have. Impress people who do not care about you. But building real wealth takes discipline. It requires sacrifice and long-term vision. It takes quiet moves and saying no. Here is the simple truth. The people who look the wealthiest often have the least amount of actual wealth. And those who appear the simplest often possess the deepest financial strength. Let me make it even clearer. Real success is not needing to prove anything. Real power is being able to afford everything. but choosing to purchase nothing. Real freedom is saying no, not yes. Real wealth is having peace of mind. It is not about getting likes on pictures. So ask yourself this question. Are you spending to look successful, or are you spending to build success? Are you trying to impress or to grow? Are you looking rich or becoming rich? If you keep chasing appearances, you will remain broke forever. But if you start chasing wisdom and patience, if you focus on quiet growth, you will build a life no camera can capture. And that, my friend, is where true wealth lives. Rule 6. Spend less than you earn no matter what. This is the oldest rule about money. It is also the simplest and most ignored. But it is the foundation for everything else. If you break this one rule, no amount of talent or luck can save you. But if you live by it, you will win, even if your income is small. Here is the rule. Always spend less than what you earn. Always. It does not matter how little you make. It does not matter how big your dreams are. If you fail at this, you are running backwards. You are on a treadmill going nowhere. Imagine two people again. Person A earns $5,000 monthly. But they spend $500. Person B earns $1, $200 monthly. But they only spend $1,000. Most people would praise Person A's income. But if you look closer, you will see the truth. Person A is actually moving backwards. They are creating a deficit each month. Person B is moving forward, even slowly. They are creating a surplus. One is digging a deeper hole. The other is building a protective wall. One is building a trap for themselves. The other is building a path to freedom. It does not matter how much money you earn. What matters is how much you keep. You do not get rich just by earning more. You get rich by keeping more of it. Then you let that money grow. Let me explain this even further. Most people think their income is the problem, but 80% of the time, the problem is spending. They receive a pay raise. They upgrade their entire lifestyle. They earn a bonus. They buy new clothes and new gadgets. And when the next emergency strikes, they are broke once again. Why? They never learn to live below their means. This rule is not about living in poverty. It is about living smartly. It is about controlling your lifestyle. This way, you do not become a slave to it. Do you know what is worse than being poor? It is pretending to be wealthy. The kind of act that makes you smile outside, but cry alone on the inside. Here is a challenge I have for you. It does not matter what your income is. Make this promise to yourself. I will always save something, even if it is only $1. I will never spend 100% of what I make. I will learn to separate my wants from my needs. I will build the habit of keeping more before I dream about earning more. Because this habit is what creates millionaires. Not a huge salary or a lucky business idea, but the simple choice to spend less than you earn. You must do this every single month. And if you think, but I can't afford to save, let me share a brutal truth with you. If you cannot save $10 from $100, you will not save $1,000 from $10,000. Saving is not about your income level. It is about your level of discipline. So build that discipline now with small sums. If you can control small amounts of money, one day you will be trusted with large amounts. And when that day arrives, you will look back. You will say, "This one habit saved my life." Rule 7. Make your money work for you, or you will work for money forever. This rule is the line separating freedom and slavery. Here's the hard truth that nobody says aloud. If your only income source is your time, then you are not free. You are trapped. Let me explain why that is. Most people exchange their time for money. They work for 8 hours and receive a payment. If they stop working, the money also stops. But time is a finite resource. You only have 24 hours in a day. So what is the result? You work even harder and longer. You give up your weekends. You say no to your dreams and your family. You sacrifice your health just to survive. That is not living. That is surviving. You cannot escape this trap, not until you grasp one life-changing concept. Your money must also work, just like you. Your money should be like an employee. It should go out and bring back more money. If you earn $1,000 and that is all, you will always remain stuck. But if you invest $200 of that $1,000 wisely, that $200 begins to grow. It starts earning interest. It starts creating income without your effort, without your time or your labor. That is what we call passive income. And it is how true wealth is built. Imagine two people again. This time it is not about their salary. Sarah is a teacher. Each month, she saves a little bit. She buys stocks that pay dividends. She does not know everything at first, but she learns step by step. After 5 years, her investments earn $150 a month. That $150 covers her electricity bill. She continues to invest her money. 10 years later, it covers half her rent. 15 years later, she no longer needs to work. Jason, however, earns twice her salary, but he never invests a single dollar. He lives a bigger lifestyle. He eats out more often and buys new phones. He drives a new car. He looks successful, but he must work forever. If he ever stops, his income stops. If he gets sick, he has no backup. Sarah now has the gift of time. Jason is bound by chains. Why? Sarah made her money work for her. Jason only worked for money. Please understand this. Wealth is not about working harder. It is about building income streams that do not depend on your presence. Your main goal should be this. I want to earn money while I am sleeping, while I am sick or traveling, while I am spending time with family. And to achieve that, you must invest. Invest in assets like stocks or real estate. Invest in skills that pay you repeatedly. Invest in businesses that grow without you. Invest in knowledge that multiplies wealth. Even if you start small, it does not matter. Start from where you are right now. Learn as you continue on your journey. Because every dollar you put to work for you is one step closer to your freedom. So remember this rule for the rest of your life. If you do not make your money work, you will keep working like a machine. You will work until your body can no longer go on. And by that time, it will be too late. Build now, grow now, invest now. So one day, your money works for you while you walk completely free. Rule 8. Debt can be a trap unless you master it. This rule is a dangerous one. When people misunderstand it, they either stay poor or destroy their future. Let's examine this more closely. Most people live under the silent burden of debt. Not the kind of debt that creates wealth, but the kind that consumes it. Credit card bills and buy now, pay later plans. Luxury phones bought on monthly payments, instant loans and lifestyle upgrades. Purchases made due to peer pressure. They believe they are living a good life, but they are actually selling their future. They sell it to pay for their present. Let me repeat that for you. They are sacrificing their future peace for the comfort they feel today. That is the most expensive exchange you can make. Imagine you borrow $2,000. You buy a new laptop, some clothes, and a trip. The loan has a 20% interest rate. Now, you do not just owe $2,000, you actually owe $2, $400, and that is only if you pay it back quickly. If you miss payments, you will owe even more. Late fees will be added. The interest will compound. Suddenly, that fun $2,000 choice becomes years of stress and sleepless nights. You are being chased by banks. It all happened because of one thing. You used debt to feel good. You did not use it to grow. Here is the truth poor people never learn. Bad debt is used for spending. Good debt is used for growing. Bad debt removes money from your pocket. Good debt brings money back to you. Let me show you the clear difference. Buying a TV with a loan is bad debt. Buying a rental home with a loan that provides monthly rent is good debt. Using your credit card for new shoes is bad debt. Using a business loan to launch a product that generates a profit is good debt. One makes you look rich but feel weak. The other makes you look normal but build power. So, this is what I want you to remember. If you are currently in debt, it is not too late. You can definitely fight back. Stop taking on more debt. Do not add more fire to the fire. Create a clear plan for repayment. Every dollar you pay back is freedom you gain. Cut out all unnecessary spending. Your temporary sacrifice will bring permanent peace. Start building a small emergency fund. This way, you will not fall into debt again. Most importantly, change your mindset. You are not weak for making mistakes. You are powerful because you are willing to change. Debt is not who you are. It is simply a challenge to overcome. You can win if you stop running away. You win when you start taking charge. And if you are not in debt yet, protect yourself. Debt does not begin with a large amount. It starts very small. A small loan, a small swipe of a card, a small thought like, I deserve this. Slowly you become someone who owes everyone. And you owe nothing at all. But if you learn to master debt, you can use it like a ladder, not a trap. You will borrow with a clear purpose. You will invest with clarity. You will grow with discipline. That is how you turn a dangerous weapon into an incredibly powerful tool. Rule 9. Money grows in silence. Noise kills wealth. This rule explores the psychology of wealth, and this is what it says. If you constantly talk about money, if you show off your money, if you chase applause for your money, you will never build real wealth. Because real money is not loud. It is not flashy or noisy. Real money is quiet and focused. It is private, strategic, and invisible. Let me explain this idea. In today's world, everything is a show. People do not just eat their food. They post it. They do not just purchase a car. They record a video of the keys. They do not just find success. They announce it before it has even happened. Why? Because people are seeking validation. They want attention. They want to be seen as successful. But this behavior comes at a high cost. The more you seek approval, the more you damage your own progress. Because chasing approval is expensive. You buy things you cannot afford. You talk about your ideas instead of doing them. You worry about how others see you. You should be worried about how your money grows. This creates a toxic cycle. Every time you have a small success, you announce it to everyone. Now you feel pressure to keep that image. So you stop learning and saving. You start performing for others. And eventually, you will collapse. Consider two people starting a business. The first one posts every win online. He talks about every new client. He buys new clothes and a fancy office. He does it for branding. He gets many followers and applause. But behind the scenes, his profits are low. He experiences burnout, and his growth stops. The second person says nothing. She works quietly and keeps costs low. She saves everything she earns. She reinvests her money silently. She builds a network without showing off. 3 years later, no one saw it coming. She is financially independent. The first person is now deep in debt. Why? Because money grows in silence. Here is the deepest truth. The more you focus on looking successful, the more you delay becoming successful. So stop explaining all of your moves. Stop sharing every single step. Stop trying to impress people who do not care. Impress yourself in silence. Let your results speak in 5 years, not your social media posts in 5 days. Protect your energy and your goals. Protect your own inner peace. Money grows best in quiet rooms. It grows in late nights and early mornings. It grows while wearing simple clothes. It grows where there is low W noise. So from today, make this your new rule. Build in silence. Move in silence. Grow in silence. And when you have achieved your goal, let your life make all the noise. That is the mindset that builds wealth. The kind of wealth no one can take from you. Rule 10. Do not rely on one source of income, that is, financial suicide. This rule is not just a suggestion. This is about survival. Relying on one income stream is like standing on one leg during an earthquake. The moment the ground shakes, you will fall. Let me explain this fully. Most people in the world depend on one thing. Their job. That is where all of their money comes from. Their rent, food, and savings. Their dreams, family, and future plans. Everything relies on that single paycheck. And when that paycheck is delayed, or that company has layoffs, or that boss becomes toxic, or that industry crashes, their entire world falls apart. It is not because they were lazy or wrong. It is because they were dependent. They put all their trust in one source. They never built a second one. That is financial suicide. So this is what you need to know. 1 income source is dangerous. 2 is survival. 3 is stability. 4 is freedom. The most successful people in the world do not just have jobs. They have income systems. Their job provides monthly income. Their freelance skill provides weekend income. Their investments provide passive income. Their side business provides long-term income. Their knowledge provides online course income. None of these started out big, but each one became a new pillar of support. Clara, a full-time nurse, had a realization. She could not depend on one paycheck forever. So she used her weekends to build something. A small online store selling handmade soaps. She learned slowly and made mistakes, but she improved over time. After 1 year, it made her $300 a month. She used that money to invest in stocks. Then, she created a short online course. It was about skincare routines. That earned her another $200 a month. 2 years later, she still works as a nurse. But she now has 3 extra income streams. She is not rich yet. But she is no longer afraid of losing her job. She is no longer one step from disaster. She is stable, confident, and growing. That is the power of multiple income sources. You do not need to start 5 at once. Start with just 1. Ask yourself, what skill do I have? What can I sell online? Can I teach something or write something? Can I design, build, or fix something? Can I create a small digital product? Can I rent out something I already own? Can I partner with someone else? The internet has made it easier than ever. It is easy to create side income, but you must stop saying, "I'll do it someday." You need to start now, because here is the harsh truth. If you have only one source of income, you are one emergency away from poverty. But if you build multiple income paths, even slowly and quietly, you will become unshakable. So from today, make this your new mission. I will never depend on just one income. I will build, I will learn, I will create. My future deserves more than just survival. It deserves freedom. Rule 11. Study money like a student, or stay a slave to it forever. Let's begin with a painful reality. You were not born understanding how money works. You were not taught it in your school. Your parents probably did not explain it to you. And society just gave you simple advice. It told you to work hard and save some money, and then just hope for the best. That is why most people stay financially weak. It does not matter how smart they are. It is not because they are stupid or lazy. It is because they never studied money. They never learned how it actually works. And here is what most people never grasp. Money is not just pieces of paper. It is a subject and a language. It is a system, a science, and a psychology. And just like any other subject, if you do not study it, you will fail it. It is just like physics or medicine. If you do not study money, you will suffer. But if you become a student of money, your entire life will begin to change. Slowly at first, then all at once. You will start to see the hidden traps. You will understand financial decisions better. You will start to recognize patterns. You will stop blaming the world for your problems. You will start to control your own life. For example, consider two people. Same age, same job, same salary. Both make $2,000 per month. But their lives take very different paths. Person A never studies money. They live their life based on their gut feelings. They save a little bit here and there. They buy whatever they feel like buying. They trust banks without question. They avoid reading or learning about finance. They think money is too boring or complex. 10 years later, they have nothing to show for it. Person B, however, becomes a money student. Not in a formal school, but in life. They read books on financial literacy. They follow trusted experts online. They take detailed notes. They study taxes and investments. They study the psychology of spending. They learn about compounding and leverage. They learn about passive income and inflation. They study for just 30 minutes each day. And 10 years later, with the same job, they are financially stable and secure. They have peace and options. They have power. The only difference was one studied, one did not. So let me ask you this. You can spend hours on social media. You can watch 10 seasons of a TV show. You can research for hours before buying a phone. Why can't you give 30 minutes a day to the one thing that decides your future? Because here is the raw truth. If you do not study money, you will work for those who do study it. You will do this for the rest of your life. People say, "I'm not good with numbers." You do not need to be. You just need to be good with discipline. People say, "I don't know where to start." Start with a book or a video. Start with your own bank statement. Start by asking simple questions. Start by listening. Every time you study money, you are saving yourself from future pain. Do not wait for a crisis to begin learning. Do not wait for a job loss or a medical bill. Do not wait for a failed investment. Learn now W. So you can protect everything you love. You can protect it when the storm arrives. And remember, life does not reward the smartest. It rewards the most prepared. So become a student of wealth, a student of patterns and success, a student of financial freedom, because 1 hour of studying money can save you from 10 years of pain. Rule 12. Your beliefs about money shape your life. Fix them or stay trapped forever. This is the final and most important rule. Because even if you follow all the other rules, if this one is broken, nothing will work. Here it is. Your beliefs about money create your destiny. What you think and feel about it. What you assume about it. Not your job or your education. Not your luck or your intelligence. Just your beliefs. Because your beliefs determine your behavior. And your behavior determines your results. Let me show you how this works honestly. If you grew up hearing certain phrases, money is evil, or rich people are greedy, money doesn't grow on trees. People like us don't get rich. Don't talk about money, it is rude. Those beliefs go deep into your mind, and you carry them silently as an adult. You will sabotage your own success. You will turn down good opportunities. You will feel guilty when you earn more. You will undercharge for your services. You will ignore the idea of investing. You will spend your money carelessly. You will play small in your life. And worst of all, you will not even realize it. Because your subconscious beliefs are strong. They are stronger than any form of logic. You could be the smartest person in the room and still be broke because of one sentence. A sentence you heard when you were 7. That is how powerful beliefs can be. For example, Daniel was raised in a poor home. His parents worked hard but never had enough. They often said money is not everything, but they constantly fought about it. They said people like us never get rich. And Daniel believed them. So even as an adult, he avoided money. He felt that success was for other people. He thought money was dirty and stressful. So what was the result? He worked jobs that were below his potential. He was afraid to ask for a raise. He never invested his money. He gave up on his business ideas too quickly. He stayed broke, not due to a lack of money. He was broke because of his mindset. Now, let's look at Leah. She was raised by a single mother. Her mother taught her that money is power. Learn about it. Do not fear it. Do not worship it. Use it. And Leah believed that. She studied hard and asked questions. She built side income and learned to negotiate. She took courses and grew slowly. She failed sometimes, but she kept going. She kept going because she believed she could. Today, Leah is not just financially free. She is also mentally free. Not because her life was any easier, but because her beliefs were stronger. So what about you? What are your beliefs about money? Do you believe you are worthy of wealth? Do you believe money is a tool for good? Do you believe you can learn anything? Do you believe you can break the cycle? Because if you do not fix your beliefs, no rule or strategy will ever work. But if you change your beliefs, your entire life will shift. This happens even before the money comes. So here's what I want you to say. Say it to yourself right now with full power. I am no longer afraid of money. I am learning. I am growing. I am building. I deserve freedom and peace. I will master money one day. I will use it to protect the people I love. I will break the cycle. I will not repeat the mistakes of the past. I will be the first in my family to be free. This is not just about getting rich. This is about healing. This is about personal growth. This is about becoming the person your younger self always needed. Fix your beliefs and money will come. Stay trapped in old beliefs and you will repeat the same life. The choice is yours to make, right now and forever. You have reached the end. And if you are still listening, that means something inside you is now awake, something real, and something strong. You have seen the truth. Not just about money, but about yourself. This video was never just about saving. It was about freedom and power. It was about finally declaring, I will not live in confusion anymore. I will not live in fear anymore. I will not die poor in knowledge ever again. The world may not have taught you this, but today you have taught yourself. You learned that wealth is not about luck. It is about habits and decisions. It is about breaking years of silence. It is about saying, it ends with me. It begins with me. So from this day on, do not just exist. Build. Do not just spend. Grow. Do not just survive. Lead. You do not need anyone's permission. You do not need the perfect timing. You do not need someone else to save you. You only need one single thing. The decision to never be broke in mindset again. Because when you change your money relationship, you change your relationship with your future, with your family, and with your legacy. And that transformation starts today. So if this message moved you, if you learned something you needed years ago, do not keep this knowledge to yourself. Share it, rewatch it, live it, teach it, and most of all, subscribe. We are building something bigger here, not just videos or knowledge. We are building a revolution of people who were once silent, but who are now powerful, peaceful, and unstoppable. This is your time now, your chapter, your life. Take it back and never give it away again.